Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Alexis, and in today's video we are going to be looking at all of the mods that I have in my game. So yes, you heard that right, I am doing a complete mod overhaul of every single mod in my game, and I am super excited about this. It was a little bit daunting at first. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Because I do have quite a bit of mods. I know there's other people that have more mods than me, but for me, it's overwhelming. But no, I am super excited about this video because I do get quite a lot of questions about different mods, or people asking me to showcase more of my mods. So yeah, this is just going to be mods, so not any custom content like hair or clothing or anything, even though those are technically mods that you put in your game. But these are more of the bigger mods like gameplay, graphic mods, relationship mods, etc. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we are currently in Create a Sim because I wanted to start off with my Create a Sim mods. Right off the bat, you could probably tell I do have a background. It is called the Eucalyptus background by 𝙁 I believe that's how you say that. I just really like the light green, and I love green. Green is one of my favorite colors, and also you could probably tell I did rebrand my theming a little bit, so I wanted something that matched that theming as well. So yeah, that is my cast background, and then I also have cast lighting. So I honestly kind of forgot what my lighting looked like before I had this mod because I've had it for so long and I love it. It's so good. So if you can tell, there's actually like a little light rim around the Sim's body. I don't know if you could tell, but that is one of the that's one of the things I love about this. Let me see if I can, like, yeah, you can definitely tell right here, like, see how this, like, there's like a light, it almost looks like there's a light coming from behind her. Anyways, it is just a very good lighting mod. It just makes the Sim look so luminous and beautiful, and I love it. I wish the in-game lighting was like this because look at how beautiful she looks. I mean, she's beautiful in-game too, but it looks different in-game. It really does. But anyways, that is the lighting mod, and I will have all those links down below. So if I don't say something about it, or if I don't say the creator, it's just because I don't know off the top of my head. But I do have the link down below, and it will say everything you need to know. Alright, the next mod is More Columns mod. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this mod, but basically it makes it so you can have 3, 4, or 5 columns. The Sims came with 2, which I think is ridiculous, especially for the amount of content that we have now. But alas, it's fine. We have a fix. It's really like the smallest mod you can download probably. But I chose the 5 option because of my resolution. If you have a resolution that can't handle 5, it's gonna look a little bit wonky. I did that on my old laptop once and it looked it looked bad. But anyways, I have 5. I love 5. I'm good with 5. Alright, next up I have a default bra and panty set. So just to show you guys, this is the default. I take off her clothes and there we go. So yeah, it is show, you know, her nipples a little bit, but that's okay. I just love it. There is a white version and a black version. I just think it just makes everything look more aesthetically pleasing to the eye and fitting with my background and fitting with just the vibe that I'm going for, versus the peachy pink ugly bra and panty set that EA has. But anyways, that is just a really small mod that I like. I know there's so many different defaults out there. This is just my aesthetic. And not to mention, if I just wanted to have her sleepwear be this, I could, and it's cute. Like, I don't have to even try and fit her in something. I could just put this because it's adorable. Another very small mod is the stand still cast mod. So basically that just makes them stand still, so they're not waving their arms around like they usually do, waving their feet around, looking around. It gets annoying when you're trying to like put their makeup on, especially, or with their clothes it's not so bad, but when you are trying to like look at their face in detail, you can't, because they're like looking at this to the side. I don't know what they're looking at, but they're gonna stop looking. But the good thing about this mod though that I like is they can actually move their eyes and stuff still, so it's not like there's just like a frozen statue. I don't want that look. I want to feel like I'm actually, like, my sim is still alive and I'm just dressing her up, you know what I mean? So that's why I really like this mod, because they're not just a frozen statue, they can actually move their eyes and stuff. But other than that, yes, they are, you know, a statue. Another cast mod that is very helpful, specifically if you have a lot of skin details and such, is the Tidy Details mod. This makes it so you can actually see what category your skin details are in, so you're not applying so you're not overriding one or the other. So for example, these all right here are under forehead crease, and then these starting right here are all under mouth crease. So I could apply this one, but then if I want to click on something else in this category and say I want to put, you know, these on her, it's going to override this skin overlay because it's in the same category as the forehead crease. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained it well, but it is just so helpful, especially if you have a lot of skin details, which I do. Some of these I don't even use. I probably need to get rid of them. Anyways, that's besides the point. That is a really, really helpful mod. Next up is just for aesthetic purposes. It is definitely not a necessity at all, but it's just a very small mod that makes it so I don't have that ugly wrench icon with the CC that you download. I have it so I have a little green Plumbob, so I know that whatever the green Plumbob is on is my custom content. Okay, so the next mod section or category, I guess you could say, is what I would consider to be my essential mods. The first mod in that category would be MC Command Center. For me, this is essential. It is just so easy to hop in here and go to cast, go to change their clothing instead of having them do it. Let me just show you guys. Actually, it just automatically changes her clothing. Like, she doesn't have to do the spinny animation or anything. And then obviously I can go in here and modify their household. I can change so much stuff about them. Let's see, there's one thing that I like to do. Here we go, cheat some info. So I can change skills, I can change her mood, expansion cheats, I can do, oh, okay, it is broken, never mind. Since the new update came out, there is a lot of stuff that is kind of broken. So maybe this isn't the best time to be doing a mod video, but it's okay. We're still doing it. I'm still enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. Anyways, so I usually do all of that stuff with this mod. There is things you can do in terms of pregnancy. I'm not going to start a pregnancy, but we can start one, and then we can even change the length of it once you have started a pregnancy. And there's an option to end it too if you don't want her to be pregnant or she accidentally got pregnant. You can change relationships, add a relationship. Literally, there's just so much stuff with MC Command Center. Some of the stuff I still don't even know about because there's just so much stuff. The next mod that is essential for me is UI cheats. This is self-explanatory. It makes it so you can cheat the UI and cheat certain things. So instead of going to the cheat box up here by using Shift-Control-C, I could just go down here and add funds. I right click on anything and I can change it. So I can add simoleons, you know, and then I can even right click on the weather and change the weather to snowing if I wanted to. I can change the time. Changing the time is a little bit glitchy, but that is not the fault of the creator of the UI cheats. That's just how the game is. I could right click on a sim and change the relationship. I can right click on my job and promote myself or demote myself if I wanted to. And then if I right click on one of these, which I'm not going to right now, but I can right click on one of these and it will check it off like I have completed it. There is just so much stuff you can do. We can remove a trait if I right click on it. I could add age progress if I right click on the bar. Literally just so much stuff. Also, if I click on, you know, her bladder, I can make her pee herself, which, I mean, that's kind of cruel, but you can do that. She's currently peeing herself. And then she is now really dirty, so I can clean her up. And there we go. She just took a shower. Oh, I can also remove her embarrassed trait, or I'm sorry, moodlet, by right clicking on that. Just anything that I want to do. So that is why I really love UI cheats. Next essential mod for me while we are actually here outside is Gshade. So I have actually done a full video on Gshade, and I know that there are plenty of videos out there. I'm not going to show how to install it or anything, but basically it is a software that puts a type of, I guess it's considered a filter. Yeah, it just puts a beautiful filter over your game that you can make or other creators can make. I have a bunch that people have made. One of my favorites right now is 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢, and I kind of like edit it myself. And then I also really have been liking 𝙤𝙤 by 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 the slug. I hope I'm saying that right, but it just adds like a really pretty haze without taking color away or adding too much color, because I don't like it when it's too much color either. I like a really balanced, still neutral to the game and how the game looks, but just like a little bit different, you know what I mean? So those are two of my favorites right now. I also really, let me just give a shout out to my bestie, Savvy That Simmer. She has an amazing Gshade called Mango Heights. This is the gameplay version, or I'm sorry, this is the most recent new one that she made. And then this is the OG gameplay version, which has a little bit more of a depthness to it, a little bit more shading. She's amazing. I would highly recommend to go and download these. So the next couple mods that I want to talk about are also graphic mods. I use 4 different mods that make the game so much better in terms of graphics and lighting for me. First is the No Glow and No Blue by Lumia Sims. Kind of like the title says, the no glow helps with like that weird glow that the Sims sometimes has, especially like in dark spaces. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but that helps with that. And then the no blue, also self-explanatory, it helps with the weird blue tint that the Sims lighting always has. And then I also have Out of the Dark and Into the Light, which are both amazing. It just kind of helps brighten up the game. I think one of them helps the in-game lights, like that you can buy, you know what I mean? So both of those, or all 4 of those together, are very amazing for fixing up your graphics. And they're very light mods too. So I just downloaded all 4 and they have really helped a lot. The next 2 graphics mods that I use are the Architect mod by 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢 and the Terrain mod by 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢. I will show off the Architect mod. So basically it just like overhauls all of the different roof types, some of the bricks, like some of the walls. I don't know if it'll show. Okay, well for some reason it's not showing the wall types that are defaulted, like that are changed, because some of these the bricks should be like changed and look different. Those look like the base. Oh my gosh, I can't figure out the cameras here. Oh my gosh, those look like the base game walls. I don't think those are the 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢 defaulted walls, but here, let me change this back real quick. However, I do have the defaulted roof paneling, so obviously this is a lot different than EA's. This is not, you know, this right here in the photograph is more of a cartoony look, which is perfectly fine. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that look. Sometimes I go back and forth, but I have honestly been loving this like more realistic looking roof type lately. And there's some other ones too. Oh yeah, this one has been changed. It looks like just a lot more like HD and detailed, not necessarily alpha or realistic. It just looks like a lot more detailed. This one I believe is the Architect Hippie as well. Let's see what else. This one is as well, which I never usually use this roof type. Maybe if I'm in like island living. Okay, sorry about the cameras here. We're a little bit of a mess today. Oh, and this one you can definitely tell is Architect Hippie, which of course it doesn't really look super well right now on this roof. Actually this doesn't look too bad. We already had this color originally. Let me see. Oh yeah, this one I use a lot as well. It just looks a lot more detailed and like realistic looking, and I love it. This one is definitely way different from the thumbnail right here, as you can see, the fairly weathered farm shingles. But yeah, I really like it. It's something different. Sometimes I change my minds and I'm like, no, I like the EA, you know, the Max's Match, the cartoony. I mean, not cartoony like in a bad way, but it does have like a little bit of like a cartoony look to it instead of like a realistic look, which is completely fine. That's just the style of The Sims 4. But yeah, sometimes I change my mind and I go back, but I'm really loving it as of now. And then I am going to have to go to another world or another town, because the terrain mod is not available for 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 yet, and I am in 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢. So I will be right back. Alright, so we are actually in Brindleton Bay right now. Brindleton Bay is probably the best place that I can show the terrain mod off. I really love the terrain mod. Okay, so this is just the normal grass, I believe, and then we have some sand over here that also looks different. Like, just look at this, you guys. It looks absolutely beautiful, and maybe I will go to another town as well and kind of show it off, but you can definitely tell. Oh, there was like a little squirrel there, but yeah, you can definitely tell, like, all the sand right here is completely you know, modded, and then the regular grass is modded. I used to have a like foliage mod by Tech Hippie, which I'm honestly thinking I might get again, because I just want everything to like blend together and like look equal. You know, because I do have, you know, EA's cartoony oh, the rock as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. The rock is changed as well, like all the rocks. Yeah, so here we have like the defaulted or the new rocks. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's just so beautiful. It's gorgeous. The dirt over here, you can see this darker dirt has been changed. Even like the dirt underwater, you can see all of that. Like, it's just so beautiful. It makes everything look so much more realistic and beautiful. Even all the way over here, you can tell that it has been changed. It's just so gorgeous here. It's so gorgeous. Next little graphic mod, I guess, or override that I have is the phone replacement. It is the like iPhone 13 or something like that, or no, maybe not the 13. I forgot which one it was. I just felt like I know that it's more alpha, I guess, but I just love the look of it. I love the look of like the thinner phone instead of like the block phone. It's good for pictures, it's good for, you know, little videos. I just like it a lot better. I think it's very pretty. I don't think the screen changes. Let me have her, like, I don't know, do like a game or something like that. Isn't there games? Yeah, let me see if the screen would change if we played a game. I don't think this screen will change, but let me just see. Oh yeah, the screen does change. Oh, okay, we have like the Sims mobile going on here. I did not know that, because I rarely have my Sims play the games, so that's why I didn't notice, but I didn't know that it actually changed the screen, so that's interesting. Alright, so For the next couple mods, I am going to be showing off my essential mods. So I already showed MC Command Center and then UI cheats. My next essential mod is the Better Build By mod. And Better Build By has just been an absolute game changer for me. First of all, there is so many different settings that you can do. You can use to organize debug, which I will have to restart the game. But once you restart the game and go into build mode, you will literally see all of the debug menu items. You can ignore unlocks. So like anything that I don't know, let me see if I can find something. There has to be a computer or something actually. Yeah, so anything that has actually been locked, so it says right here, unlocked at level 10 of the science career, we can actually buy now because I have the Better Build By cheat. So that's cool. Oh my gosh, that's a $15,000 computer. That's crazy. And then like this one, you know, for example, unlocked at level 9 of the tech guru career, the esports gamer. But yeah, so that's something really fun. And then also you can always have moved objects on, which is so nice, so you don't have to enter the cheat in every time. And then deletion protection, which I haven't used that much, but it is just a very, very, very nice mod to have in your game. This next mod is my all-time favorite essential mod, and it is Pose Player. I know a lot of people know about Pose Player and, you know, teleporting your sims with that little knight thingy, which that is another mod that you have to download separately, but everyone uses that. If you use Pose Player, oh my gosh, I can't speak. But Pose Player is just, you know, like the title says, it allows your sims to do certain poses. You can download those poses separately, but you would go here and click either pose by name, which I don't ever use, or you can hit pose by pack, and then you will see all of your poses that you have downloaded. And I literally have way too many because I literally have a hard time finding them. Like, I have so many, but let me just choose some here. These are some of my favorite poses right here, by 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙀, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm just gonna do all in one just to make it quick for you guys, but here she is posing, and this is how I do my thumbnails and, you know, or videos, because I actually have some animations, which most of them are with like 2 different sims. Or actually no, this is actually with a single sim, but you can also do animations. So she is doing an animation right now. I'm not sure what animation this is. I guess just like talking. This one is her looking around. So it's very good for like videos or machinimas or whatever you want to do. Just be creative with it. It's really, really fun to play around with, and I love taking pictures in my game. Every chance I get, I will take a picture, so I love having Pose Player. The next essential mod that is really, really good for me is the No Plumbob mod. I love to have this just because when I'm taking screenshots, it's just nice to not have that in the view. Like, I know I can remove it, but it's just so much better to have that cheat always in. But you can also remove the Plumbob by clicking or by typing in the cheat no headline effects, but that also removes these things that you see here, like the little talk bubbles and stuff like that, the conversation bubbles. So I just like to have the no Plumbob in so I don't have to see the Plumbob, because it gets annoying sometimes when you play all the time. So the next mod that I have is the always full edit mode mod. This just basically always has the full edit mode cheat in your game, so you don't have to type it in every time before you go to cast. It'll just always be active, and it allows you to always be able to edit whatever you want, edit their facial details, edit their traits, because without that you would not be able to change their traits or anything like that. So it's very useful to have. I'm always in Create a Sim. The next mod that I have that is definitely just like a very small thing and definitely preference, but it is the no Z mod, so there's just no little Z's when they sleep. I just like that, again, for recording purposes. I just like how it looks a lot better. Alright, the last mod in the essentials mod list that I have is the SimCity Loans mod. So I just recently downloaded this, but I honestly have to say that this is so essential for me now, because I feel like we should have a type of mod like this within the base game, because this is real life, you guys. Like, we struggle in real life, and sometimes we have to take out loans for things like buying a new house, buying our first car, buying our first apartment, whatever the case may be. There are things that we might have to take out a loan for, because not nobody, but some people just don't have $1,000 lying around, especially when you're first starting out. If you're a struggling college student. Now with this loan, or with this mod, you can literally apply for up to 500,000 simoleons, and we don't need that much. I mean, I don't know who needs that much, because that's insane. But we are going to have her apply for $1,000 loan, and it says here that we have 3 options. So we can split it into 12 payments, 24 payments, or 36 payments. I'm going to do 24 payments. So, like, I guess not in Sims time, but in the real time, it would be like 2 years of payments, if you do it every month. So it directly deposited into our account, and it says SimCity Bank has approved Ava's loan application. She must repay this loan plus 5% interest before taking out another loan. Wow, okay, so they didn't tell us that it would be 5% interest. I mean, we knew there would be some kind of interest, because that's what a loan does, but they didn't tell us that. They didn't disclose that. Anyways, now we have $1,000 extra, and we can use it to buy whatever we want. If we're getting a new animal, or we have a baby on the way that we need a little bit of help with, just little things like that that you might need. And it's just a realistic way of doing it. I know that there's other ways in the game to make more money, like painting, for example, but sometimes it's just more realistic to be like, hey, let me call the bank, I need a loan because I'm struggling right now. So, you know, I just like that feature. So that is one of the essential mods that I can't live without. Next up, we have the Have Some Personality Please mod by Polar Bear Sims. I don't really have a showcase in game per se, but I can attest to a lot of these things. It definitely helps with the more autonomy. My Sims have been so much more interactive and like more social with this mod in, and just based on their personality it will change. It's just such a good mod. So a couple of things that you will find in this mod: there will be more autonomy for toddlers, more autonomy in general, restrictions on romance to help with cheating Sims, toddlers acting more like their traits. Most of the romance is restricted until higher romance levels, which I was super excited about, and I have honestly seen so much of this. It is a work in progress, at least that is what the mod maker has said on here. And the last time this was updated was November 3rd, so the mod creator is still working on this, which is amazing. It's just a really good mod, and I highly recommend it. The next little personality mod that I'm loving right now is the Preferences Plus mod, and like it says, this just makes it so you have a lot more preferences in the likes and dislikes menu in Create a Sim. So we used to just have, I think it was like just 6, I believe. I think there was like color, music, outfit, I think there's activity, or I'm sorry, there was not, it wasn't outfit, it was fashion. And then there is some characteristics, but we have some drinks that they can choose from, flavors, cuisine, and then outfits, like if you like to wear costumes, if you like your hot weather wear, because the fashion is just like the type of fashion you like. So this is very, you know, it adds something new. If your Sim loves to just be in their sleepwear all the time, they can put that. I don't know why she's bored, but I put like, not dislike, so I don't know about what that interaction is. But and then we have cuisine, so like Chinese food, Indian food, junk food. She definitely likes junk food. This is the one that is new as well, interest. So you can be interested in the military, nature, pop culture, religion, all sorts of awesome stuff. There's certain venues that you can choose from. Your sim likes to go to the cafe or the gym. It adds so much more depth. You know, if your sim hates to wear party clothes, when they put their party outfit on, they're not going to be happy. So it does a little bit, but for me, it's just the fact that I know that my sim likes these things and the story behind that. All right, and then another very, very small one while we are here is just the unlimited likes and dislikes. I know that they have changed the amount of things that you can like and dislike to 50, and that is a lot. But for those of you out there who might want more, I mean, I don't even know if there's even that many options, if there's even more than 50 options. But for those of you who might want more, I do have that mod linked down below. Next up are my relationship and pregnancy mods. I could not live without these in my game, obviously, just like every other mod I'm talking about here. I keep on saying that, but it's true. I love all of these mods. So the first one in this category that I'm going to talk about is the relationship and pregnancy overhaul mod by 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙀. This has been one of my favorite mods for so long. I believe I did a mod review on this probably like 4 months ago, or maybe a little bit longer. But it is such an amazing mod. It is still being updated, but when you click on your sim, you will see a little tab right here: relationships, family, and pregnancy. And there will be so many different options that you can choose from. So we have our settings, which I haven't really delved into too much. I really haven't touched these, so they are on the default settings. And then some of my favorites are the woohoo health. You can set Ava's woohoo status or woohoo health status, and then you can buy woohoo protection items, stuff like that. Just stuff that makes the game a little bit more realistic. We can decide to always be faithful, decide to not romantically interact with a certain sim. I could literally choose any sim in the whole game. It's not just limited to this town. We have reproductive health. We can check our fertility status, start birth control, visit the doctor, get sterilization surgery. Literally just so much interesting stuff. One of my favorite things though is the thoughts on being pregnant, thoughts on having children. I usually like to set it to like random, but for some reason I'm not given that option right now. But you can choose if you want your sim to decide that. Oh, here we go. Let fate and time decides these witches. Oh my god. These witches. Let fate and time decide this sim's wishes. But I usually like to have it on that because my sim's wishes and their personalities will change over time. It always does, so I usually like to just have it on that. We can also fill out an online adoption application, so it's a little bit more realistic in terms of that. We can actually be a surrogate for another family if they are wanting to have a baby but they can't. Attempt artificial insemination, and then here we have like the surrogacy, carry a baby for another sim. And then we have just general management here, and again adoption. It is just a really, really good good mod. But if you want to see more about it in terms of like relationships and stuff like that, like romantic relationships, go ahead and check out my video that I did on it. I will put it up now or in the link in the description. I went into more detail about like the romantic relationship things that you could do with it. The next mod that I really, really love is the First Impressions mod. I've had this for so long, and it is such a good mod, and I'm going to test it out now to see if we can get a first impression from meeting a sim. Oh, well, it looks like nobody wants to meet us. We're gonna give this girl a funny introduction and see if we can get a good interaction. Okay, so we did. So we got a first impression of, wait, where did it go? This is the girl we had a first impression with. Hold up. Here we go. We had a first impression of fun to be around. Okay, so my sim Tatiana thinks that she is fun to be around. So I really like that, and I think I've mentioned this before again in another video, but I really like the first impressions mod just to have some kind of like deeper storytelling. So if my sim meets another sim and they end up hating each other from the first get-go, I can, you know, take the story in a different direction, do something interesting. Sometimes my sims will have crushes. It's usually rare that I get that, but sometimes my sims will have crushes when they first meet a sim, and I could take that a different direction. It's just a very, very, very good mod that I love so much. The next one, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard about, is the Simda dating app. I miss the days where we actually had a dating, like an online dating app in The Sims. I know we had one in The Sims 3, and that was literally my favorite feature of The Sims. I think it came with like the seasons expansion, but you can just go on there and make your little dating profile and like get messages from Sims. It was so awesome. But this is called the Simda dating app. I know a lot of people have heard of it, but if we click on it, we will have a bunch of different options that pop up. So we can look for a specific date, which obviously I'll show you. It will pop up a bunch of specific people. So yeah, it will just literally pop up like, I don't know if this is everybody in my Sims 4 save right now or what, or just random people, but we can literally just search for a specific person that we like the look of. We can go on a blind date, which is really fun. We could do a female blind date or male blind date, and then we can do a little bit of other stuff. More adult things. I like that realism. So I wanted to come over to one of my favorite couples and show off the next couple of mods because they are more on the romantic side of things. And I have Penny and what is this? Go away. But I have Penny and Channing over here, and we will be showing off these couple of mods. So the first one is the Cuddle in Bed mod. I love this little mod so much, you guys. Like, look at this. Look at this. I believe this is actually a animation from The Sims 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's so darn cute, and I have to have it in my game. It just feels so real to me, and just like adds a little bit more depth to my gameplay, and I love it. And he gives her a little kiss at the end. I don't know if you saw that, but they just kind of slowly separate from each other. Okay, we got the baby crying. Let's just ignore that. So the next mod is a pretty small mod. It is the More Kisses mod. So you go to physical intimacy and then more kisses, and there's all these different kisses. I haven't done every single one of these, but let's try the admire and kiss and see what that's all about. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, so I do have a height slider on, so it makes them look a little bit different, or it just like has them kiss in a weird way, but that is so cute. I love that. The next one that I have that is super cute and just adds a little something extra to my relationships is the Passionate Gifts mod, and I actually discovered this recently, and I am so thankful I did because it's so cute. So we are gonna give her a heart necklace. I know that's like super expensive, but we'll just do it. I'm sorry Willow, but this is what the little interaction looks like. Oh, that was kind of a bad angle, but he kind of covers her eyes and then she's like, what? And then it is a little heart necklace. And then he puts it on her, you guys. He puts it on her. That is just the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. Alright, the next couple of mods are realistic mods. I put them in that category at least. But first of all, we have the healthcare mod, which is by 𝙑𝙑𝖸𝑖𝑔𝑜. First of all, we have the healthcare mod, which is by 𝙑𝙑𝖸𝑖𝑔𝑜. I love 𝙑𝙑𝖸𝑖𝑔𝑜 mods. The way that this mod starts out is that it will give a little let me actually see if I have it. Here we go. will give a little notification saying Alan or whoever should visit the doctor. Like I have a bunch here, but that's kind of how it will start out, is like Alan or whoever should visit the doctor for like a checkup or a wellness visit. And then there's other options as well in the Deep Indigo tab that you will have on your phone. You can click healthcare services, which I will have Mrs. Penny here do really quick after she gets done. She's literally about to puke, it looks like she is very uncomfortable. But we can go to the doctor, go to the acupuncturist, get vaccinated, donate blood, get healthcare insurance, order from online pharmacy, go to the pharmacy. And then these other shots are limited as of now based on just like availability. So if your sim does need to go to the hospital, you will have this up. But to do that, your sim would have to like actually go to the doctor first, and then the doctor would say, hey, you need to go to the hospital. So then that would pop up. I haven't actually done that yet in my games, so that's interesting. But let's actually just see what we can order from the online pharmacy. This is something that you will download. It'll be kind of linked in that download description on that page, but these are functional medications. As you can see here, we have ibuprofen. It actually looks like Advil. It's so cute. An allergy medication, iron supplement, prenatal vitamins, teen vitamins. So you can just purchase any of these and take them, but it's not really going to help anything or do anything. But if you go to the doctor and the doctor says that you need to take this certain supplement or medication, then you will get a moodlet that is negative if you don't take that medication. So that's what that is for, and it is just a very interesting mod because your sims can get literally all sorts of diseases and illnesses, and it's just realistic. So that's why I put it under the realistic category. So the next mod that I have is base mental alcohol mod. I just love this mod for the fact that your sims can actually like, it's just a better drunk system. Like I know your sims can get dazed, but with this mod it's just like a little bit better. And then also it makes the drinks, the drink names actually names of drinks in real life. So we have like vodka soda, let's see what else. I think like rum and coke. There was also Long Island iced tea, sex on the beach, all sorts of drinks, which we only have mixology level 1 right now. But let me see if I can get her a little tipsy. So we got a little moodlet and it said smooth sipping from drink. So the next realistic mod that I have is the Education Overhaul by Deep Indigo as well. I love Deep Indigo, but as the name suggests, this is just a overhaul for the education systems. There is a lot more to do. There's a lot more skill building involved. One of the options that Penny has here on her phone is that we can actually sign up for parent-teacher conferences, which we don't have any kids that are in school right now, but if we did, then we can get that option on Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We can register for aptitude test, which I'm not sure. I think that's if your teens want to do that. I don't know if Penny could do that. All right, and then just for educational purposes, I went ahead and aged up Eric here, our toddler. His hair, his little man bun, but I just wanted to age him up really quick so I can show you guys more about the educational mod, or the education overhaul mod. So if we click on school right here, which is the new little tab that you will get when you download the mod, we can enroll in literally all these different schools. So we have an alternative public school, we have some private school, specialized magnet public boarding school, 2 different types of boarding school, and then just like an independent, I guess it's just like a normal school. There's literally so much, and each of them has like their own little description. If you hover over it, it is just, it's so cool. And then we can also go in here and go to the virtual academy, so like online stuff, which he doesn't have the option to do that now because it says we must be logged on to the virtual classroom. But like, look at all of this. There's like little elective classes that you can take online, skill classes, Oh my gosh, there's just so much. And then we can obviously study different stuff here, which will build up our skill, and then as well as do our homework. Obviously your kids get a little, well, he doesn't have it now because he hasn't gone to school yet, but because I just aged him up, but your kids will get a little notebook that they can do their homework in, but they can also do it on their laptop or their computer. So it is just awesome, and I haven't explored everything to do with it yet, but I love it. I think it's such a realistic, and it does a really good job at making the education system more fun, especially because with kids and teens, well, maybe not with teens anymore since the high school years pack, but with kids especially, I feel like I just send them to a rabbit hole and that's it, and then they come home with like a project every now and then, and the projects are really annoying, by the way. I don't like them. I just end up selling them. But yeah, it's so good. The last realistic mod that I want to talk about with you guys, and probably my favorite, because it just adds so much more stuff to do for your Sims, even if, you know, they are rabbit holes. If you have a big family, it's nice to just be able to send one of them off to do, you know, just whatever they want during the day. But it is the social activities mod by Little Miss Sam, I believe. There is just literally so much. So we click on the social activities and we can visit family members, visit friends, visit acquaintance, and then like it's a good opportunity to make more friends, it says. There's also activities for pets. We can send them to a pet sitter while they will meet new pets. We can send them to a vet clinic, dog training, and I actually haven't tested out the vet clinic yet, but I wonder if it will just like automatically heal your Sims pets, because that would be so useful, because every time my pet is sick I feel so bad, because like I'm just like, I don't want to go to the vet, like I don't want to have to sit through a loading screen and go to the vet, but this way you can just send your Sims to the vet without you, and it's so nice. I really wish they gave the option to like send your Sims alone like they do with everything else in the game, but it's okay. And then the next little tab underneath that is fun activities, and this is where it gets interesting. There's literally so much to do. Your Sims can go on a hiking trip, and I don't know how long these last per se. Like I don't know if each of them last a different amount of time, or they all last like 5 Sim hours or whatnot, but they can go on a hiking trip, a book group, cooking competition, which Eric Channing would love to do, art exhibition. It's so much fun. Even though they're rabbit holes, I just think this is so awesome. We have other activities. We can go to the laundromat, which will cost 10 simoleons. We have holiday activities, which we can go trick-or-treating, a Halloween party, haunted house, which will cost 15 simoleons, and then we can go to a harvest fest, which I like to usually do like harvest fest with my own Sims and stuff like that. And then we have a mini vacation that we can go on. I could just send my little elderlies down here, Jade and Alan, on a little mini vacation to get out of the house. So it's just a little fun thing that adds some depth to your gameplay. You can just send your Sims away and not be bothered. But yeah, so that is all of the mods that I have in my game. I know that was a lot, and I really hope you guys stayed for all of these, because towards the end here we started to get into some more interesting ones. I kind of went into like just the essential ones that everybody probably knows about first, just to get it out of the way. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. I love all of these mods so much. I struggle so much to not download every single mod available on the internet. I can spend hours looking for new mods and new custom content. And speaking of custom content, I just recently came out with an updated custom content video for the month of November and December. But if you guys would like to see more of those types of videos, then I can definitely do one for January and February and so on, just kind of doing it every couple of months. and finding CC every couple of months to show to you guys. I feel like that would be so fun to do every couple of months and have a set plan for that. But yeah, that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.